They were starving, homeless, and hopeless. Yet a stranger's unexpected act set them on a path that no one could have imagined. From selling water on a train to building a thriving business empire, their journey is filled with love, heartbreak, courage, and shocking twists. And the most surprising part? It all started with something so ordinary, yet so life-changing. Stay with me because by the end of this story, you'll see how kindness, determination, and love can truly transform a life, and it might just inspire you to never give up. Before we dive into the incredible story, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. I remember the heat first, thick, unmoving, wrapping around us like a question with no answer. The railway station smelled of iron, dust, and forgotten people. She stood beside me, fingers brushing mine, soft, steady, as if love alone could quiet the hunger inside us. But love does not fill an empty stomach. A train roared past, wind slapping against our faces, ice stinging, hearts heavier. Then she said, very softly, "We need help." The old woman watched us, sharp eyes, kind soul hidden beneath wrinkles of time. I expected coins, maybe food. Instead, she returned with a pack, 24 water bottles. The plastic crackled in my hands. Cold, real, unexpected. "Sell," she said. Just one word. Yet it shook something inside me. Fear mixed with hope. Hope tasted strange. We stepped onto the train, voices trembling at first. Water, fresh water. Passengers turned. Some ignored. Some stared. One bottle sold. Then another. Her smile, small, trembling, felt brighter than the sun above the platform. Days blurred into motion. Deal tracks, rushing winds, coins clinking like fragile victories. We learned fast. We grew faster. Water became snacks. Snacks became meals. The train became our world. And our beginning. Nights in a rented room. Thin walls. Shared dreams. Hands intertwined in quiet gratitude. Work carved strength into us. A small restaurant opened. Steam rising. Spices dancing in the air. Laughter returning to our lives. Years passed, like trains that never waited. Then one evening, standing in our own space, lights warm, tables full, I felt it, that same shock, as on the platform. Not hunger this time, but the overwhelming truth, that everything began with 24 bottles, and a stranger's kindness, and her hand still in mine, holding tighter as the world around us keeps moving, and her hand still in mine, holding tighter as the world around us keeps moving. The night air outside our restaurant feels familiar, a whisper of that old station, dust and distant al-Hadi descent of rails. A sudden shout cuts through, sharp, urgent. Someone drops a tray. Glass shatters, echoes racing through my chest. For a moment, everything tilts. I stand still, breath caught halfway, heart pounding like a passing train. She looks at me, eyes wide, not with fear, but memory. We remember together. The heat, the hunger, the unbearable waiting. A boy stands near the door, thin, restless, clutching nothing. His eyes search the room, the same way mine once searched the platform, for mercy, for a chance, for something more than survival. The noise fades, only his presence remains, loud in its silence. My fingers tighten around hers, warm, grounding, full of everything we built. She nods, gentle, certain, the same quiet strength that carried us through every empty day. I step forward, each movement heavy with memory, each breath filled with meaning. The boy flinches slightly, expecting rejection, expecting nothing. I recognize that look. It lingers in my bones. Behind me, the restaurant hums. Laughter plates life, a world we created. From almost nothing, I reach for a crate, cool bottles pressing against my palms. The same sound, the same fragile beginning. Plastic crackling softly, like a promise waiting to be spoken. I place it in his hands, slowly, carefully, watching the shock bloom across his face. And in that moment, the past and present collide, quietly, powerfully, and something deep inside me stirs again, as if the journey never truly paused. as if every ending is only another beginning waiting to unfold. As if every ending is only another beginning waiting to unfold. The boy's fingers tremble, not from cold, but from disbelief. His grip tightens around the crate, as if it might vanish, like every other chance before. I see myself in that moment, the same hollow ache, the same fragile hope, balanced on the edge of nothing. She steps closer beside me, her shoulder brushing mine, steady as always, a quiet anchor in the noise of life. "Sell," she says softly. The word lands gently, yet it carries weight, history, a future waiting to breathe. The boy nods, slow at first, then with something stronger, a spark beginning to rise. Outside a train arrives, metal grinding, wind rushing forward, that same wild breath of movement that once pushed us into becoming more. The doors open, faces blur past, stories rushing in every direction. He hesitates, one step back, then forward again. Courage looks small at first. I watch him climb aboard, his voice uncertain. "Water, fresh water." The sound breaks, then rebuilds, line by line, breath by breath. Inside my chest, something loosens, not relief, not pride, something deeper, quiet understanding. That kindness travels, carried from one life into another. Behind us, our restaurant glows, warm lights, soft laughter, a life shaped through effort and faith. Yet the air shifts again, a sudden gust, bringing with it that same old scent, dust iron, impossibility. She squeezes my hand, a silent question, a shared knowing. We turn toward the station, toward the endless rhythm of arrivals and departures, and I feel it again, that sharp electric awareness, that something unexpected waits just ahead, something that will test us, reshape us, pull us once more into the unknown path we once chose without fear. And as another train roars through the night, its thunder echoing through bone and memory, I take a step forward, ready to meet whatever comes next. Ready to meet whatever comes next. The platform stretches ahead, long restless, alive with footsteps and unfinished stories. A flicker in the lights, brief, unsettling, casting shadows that shift and breathe. Along the cracked concrete, my chest tightens, not fear, but recognition. Every beginning carries a tremor. She walks beside me, closer now, her warmth steady against the night air. That slips through like a quiet warning. A whistle cuts sharp, piercing, sudden, and for a second, everything feels too loud, too close, too real. Then silence, not empty, but heavy, as if the world itself pauses to watch something unfold. Near the far bench, a figure stirs, an old man, thin coat, eyes reflecting years of waiting. He studies us, the way the old woman once did, as if he sees more than what stands before him. Feel it again, that strange pull, a thread tying past to present, with quiet insistence. The ground hums beneath my feet, vibrations of an approaching train, low at first, then rising. A memory surges, heat, hunger, desperation, so vivid it almost steals my breath. Her fingers tighten, not in fear, but in understanding. We stand there, caught between what was and what is becoming. The train arrives fast, wind rushing hard, lifting dust, stinging skin, blurring everything into motion. For a heartbeat, I lose sight of her. Just a second, yet it feels endless. My pulse spikes, lungs strain. Then, her hand finds mine again, firm, certain, pulling me back from that edge. The doors slide open, lights spilling out, faces watching, waiting, passing. The old man rises slowly, each movement deliberate, eyes never leaving us. He steps closer, close enough for me to see the quiet kindness hidden in the lines of his face. "Cycles return," he murmurs. The words settle deep, not loud, yet impossible to ignore. Behind him, the train breathes, alive, expectant, and in that moment, I feel the path shifting again, opening, widening, inviting us forward into something we do not yet understand. And my grip on her hand grows stronger, as the night seems to lean in closer, waiting for the next step we choose to take. waiting for the next step we choose to take. The air feels heavier now, charged, as if every breath carries a question. I look at her, her eyes steady, yet shining with that same quiet fire that once turned struggle into strength. The old man steps aside, not blocking, not guiding, just allowing the path to reveal itself. The train hums low, a living thing, doors open, time waiting for no one. A sudden push from behind, crowd surging, voices rising, feet colliding. My balance slips. For a split second, the world tilts again. Sound warps, light fractures. That same shock, sharp, disorienting. My grip loosens. Her hand, gone. My chest tightens instantly. A hollow rush, cold and immediate. I turn, fast searching. Faces blur. Strangers pass. The platform spins with motion. Then, her voice, soft yet cutting through everything. I am here. Relief crashes through me, warm, overwhelming. She stands just a step away, reaching, steady as ever. And when our hands meet again, feels stronger than before, like something reforged under pressure. The moment settles, but something has changed. I notice it in her gaze, a new depth, a quiet realization forming. We step onto the train together, not as survivors this time, but as people who understand what it means to begin again. Inside, the familiar rhythm returns, metal motion, life in transit, but now it feels different, like standing inside a memory, while still moving forward. At the far end, the boy appears, his voice clearer now. Water, fresh water, confidence rising, fear fading, and for a moment, everything aligns. Past, present, possibility. The train jolts, sudden, forceful. Lights flicker again. Brief darkness. A ripple of unease passes through the carriage. Feel it, that subtle shift, as if something unseen just stepped into our story, something that will demand more from us, more courage, more faith, more love than before. And as the train speeds deeper into the night, carrying us beyond the familiar edges of our world, I hold her hand tighter, knowing this journey is still unfolding, with no clear end in sight. With no clear end in sight, the train races forward, faster now, as if pulled by something unseen, something urgent. The windows tremble, glass humming softly, reflecting fragments of our faces, blurred, shifting, uncertain. She leans closer, her head near my shoulder, breath calm, yet I feel the quiet tension in it. A vendor drops coins, metal scattering across the floor, sharp echoing, too loud for such a small moment. Again, that strange discomfort, like the world slipping half a step out of place. I steady myself, fingers tightening around hers, anchoring, holding on to something real. The boy moves through the aisle, stronger now, voice clear. Water, fresh water. A few smiles return to him, small kindnesses, tiny sparks lighting his path. Then, a sudden halt, violent, abrupt. The train jerks hard, bodies sway. A gasp ripples through the carriage. My heart slams against my ribs. For a second, everything stops. No sound, no motion, just breath suspended in time. Her grip tightens, firm, unyielding. I turn to her. Our eyes meet, and in that silence, feel it again, that same edge, where everything can change. In a single moment, outside, darkness stretches, vast, endless, no station, no lights, just the unknown pressing close against the glass. A faint voice from the front, unclear, distant. Passengers begin to whisper, uncertainty spreading like a quiet storm. The boy freezes mid-step, fear flickering across his face. I move toward him, instinct, memory guiding me. You are strong, I say, steady, certain, the same words I once needed, but never heard. He nods, barely, yet something inside him holds. Behind me, she stands, watching, understanding, and I realize, this moment, this sudden stop, this uneasy silence, feels like the beginning again, like standing on that platform, with nothing but a chance waiting to be taken. And as the darkness outside deepens, and the train remains still, I sense it clearly now. Another turning point, quietly arriving, ready to reshape everything once more. The stillness lingers, thick pressing, as if the night itself listens. A distant clang, metal against metal, faint, irregular, sending a shiver through the floor beneath us. Passengers shift uneasily, voices low, uncertain, eyes searching for answers. No one seems to have. I glance at her. She nods slightly, that same quiet courage that once carried us through emptiness. Come, she whispers. We move forward, slow, deliberate, each step echoing louder than it should. The air grows cooler, sharper, filled with a scent of dust and distance. At the next carriage, the lights flicker again, longer this time, stretching shadows into unfamiliar shapes. My pulse rises, not fear, but that sharp awareness that something waits just beyond understanding. The boy follows close, crate still in his arms, holding onto it like a lifeline. A door ahead creaks open, slight, almost accidental, yet no one stands near it. I pause, hand hovering, feeling that strange pull again, stronger now. She steps beside me, her presence steady, her fingers brushing mine, as if reminding me that whatever comes, we face it together. I push the door. Slowly, the next compartment reveals itself, dim, quiet, almost empty, except, at the far end, a stack of crates, water bottles, identical, untouched, arranged with unsettling precision. The plastic glints faintly, catching the weak light. For a moment, I cannot breathe. The past stands there, solid, undeniable. Not memory, not coincidence, something more. The boy steps forward, eyes wide, mirroring the shock that once lived in mine. I hear the old man's voice in my mind, soft, certain. Cycles return. The train trembles, a low vibration building again, movement preparing to begin. But now, everything feels different, as if this moment, this quiet, impossible discovery, is only the threshold. And as I reach toward one of the bottles, fingers brushing the cold surface, a realization begins to form, deep, powerful, unavoidable, that our journey is no longer just ours, and something far greater has already begun to unfold. The bottle feels colder than it should, a sharp chill running through my fingers, of my arm, settling deep in my chest. I pull my hand back, slowly, as if I have touched a memory, still alive. She notices. Of course she does. Her eyes searching mine, reading what words have not formed yet. The train hum grows louder, vibration returning, a signal that motion is about to begin again. But inside this compartment, time stretches, thin, fragile, ready to tear. The boy steps closer, his breath uneven, yet curiosity stronger than fear. More bottles, he whispers. Not surprise. Something deeper, as if he feels it too. This strange echo of beginnings. I move forward again, this time steadier, reaching out, lifting one bottle fully into my hand. The plastic crackles. Exactly the same sound. Suddenly, I am back there. The station. The heat. The first chance given without promise. My chest tightens. Emotion rising fast. Gratitude. Shock. Something close to awe. She places her hand over mine, warm against the cold, grounding me, bringing me back. This means something, she says, soft, certain, and I feel it too. Not coincidence, not accident, a continuation. The train lurches forward, strong, undeniable. The moment shifts, but the feeling stays. Passengers call out behind us, life pulling us back. Yet I hesitate, just for a second longer. Looking at the crates, at the possibility they hold, the same simple beginning that once built everything we are. The boy looks at me, waiting, as I once waited, and I understand, this is another start, not for us alone, but for something that grows beyond us. I hand him one more crate, larger this time, heavier, full of promise and effort. His eyes widen, then steady. He nods. Stronger now, and in that moment, I feel the path expanding again, wider, deeper, carrying more lives within it. And as the train gains speed, rushing into the unknown distance, I stand there beside her, knowing this unfolding journey still holds turns we have not yet imagined. The train finally slows, the rhythm softening, the world stretching open beyond the windows. I look at her, her eyes tired but bright, reflecting the light of every sunrise we have earned together. The boy carries the crate carefully, his steps now confident, his shoulders straighter than when he first stepped aboard. We walk together to the station exit, dust and wind mixing with the smell of rails, but it no longer feels empty. She squeezes my hand, and I realize that every hardship we endured, every long day, every hunger pang, every trembling coin, was a step leading us here. The old woman's gift, so simple then, was more than just water bottles. It was a chance to believe, to work, to transform nothing into something. I glance at the boy, and I see the cycle repeating. Hope passed on, opportunity given, to someone who had almost nothing, just as we once had. A small smile forms on his lips, quiet yet full of promise. I step back with her beside me, feeling the weight of years, and the lightness of every lesson learned, that love alone cannot sustain a life, but love paired with effort, patience, and kindness can move mountains. That generosity, even in small, unexpected forms, can change the course of a life, and ripple through countless others. That hardship, though painful, teaches resilience, and shows the heart's true capacity for courage. The sun breaks through clouds, gold spilling over the tracks, and I realize something I've always known, but feel more clearly now. The measure of a life is not what we hold, but what we give, and how we lift others while building our own dreams. I squeeze her hand once more. Silent vow, a shared understanding that the world may test us, but love, work, and kindness always leave a mark deeper than any struggle. And as the boy steps onto the train to start his journey, I finally smile fully, knowing our story, and his, will continue, carried forward by hearts willing to act, to hope, and to believe.